Hey, welcome to the Overshare Pamphlet. My name is Rob and I'm the host of this one-man show, coming to you every Monday at 6 a.m. UK time. And as promised, I'm back with the full breakdown of the MCU own version of the X-Men, which was announced at the latest D23 showcase, basically. And in this it happened basically this past Friday. Apart, of course, from the X-Men news, Disney in general just showcased a lot of future projects that are coming soon, from animation to live actions to other Marvel stuff as well. We did get a little teaser of the Avengers, another new trailer, I guess, or first look, with very interesting, grounding, I guess, and dialogues between Sue Storm and other characters regarding, of course, Doctor Doom, and yeah, so we got a lot of that. We got a lot of interesting new projects coming up soon. Even in the animation stuff, we got a little tease for The Incredibles 3, which I'm very excited about. We got a little teaser for Frozen 3, and we also did get a first look at the Tangled live action take on the movie, on the animated movie. And of course we saw also Queen, what? I always forget her name, oh my gosh. But the actress who plays Agatha in Agatha all along in the Marvel Universe. Anyways, she is going to be Mother Gothel, as we all manifested for. So yeah, there was a lot of great stuff, but of course, I think the biggest news coming out of it, and we were all seated for, and we were all expecting anyways, was the lineup for the X-Men. Now, what we got was a great reveal. I think there's a lot, if you go on Twitter or anywhere else, this is generating so much engagement. So many conversations are starting, and so many people are talking about it, whether in good terms or bad terms, but everyone is talking about the X-Men right now. And this announcement has literally overtaken the entire conversation about D23. So D23 has been great. There's so many exciting things about it, but of course, the one thing that we really need to talk about, I think, overall, is the X-Men in the MCU and this partial casting, because we haven't, Kevin Feige was saying that we haven't revealed the entire cast yet. There's more people to be cast, and we are placing our bets on who could be next. We're all hoping that Hunter Schafer will be our Mystique. That'll be very, very cool. That would be probably the coolest thing they would ever do. And maybe they'll cast Beast. Maybe they'll cast Angel. Maybe they'll cast Iceman. We'll see. But as of now, what we got was the announcement for who's going to play Rogue, who's going to play Storm, which was very unexpected. We didn't think it was going to be announced here. We got also another unexpected casting, which was who's going to play Professor Xavier. And then we got confirmation of the 3 actors we already were sure of, which are of course Sadie Sink as Jean Grey, and Kit Connor as Cyclops, and Samara Weaving as Emma Frost. Yeah. But yes, the other casting news were quite the conversation starter, I would say. I mean, I'm on the fence still. I feel like I'm more than on the fence. I'm excited, I guess. I think that's the right way to put it. I'm excited, but I'm nervous about how this is gonna all play out, and if people are gonna be, just negative about it or not, or whether this is gonna make any money, and whether this is gonna be successful. That's my worry, basically, because I do feel there are some certain choices made here that are quite interesting and quite risky. And I do like me some risk, I do command at least that this was a risky choice, and it didn't play it safe with the casting. So I'm excited about the future of this and how this is going to play out. So, yes, again, Jean Grey, founding member of the superhero team, she's going to play. She's going to be played by Sadie Sink. Then Kit Connor as Cyclops and Samara Weaving, again, as said, they will be joining. They were already confirmed practically, and very excited about them. I think Kit Connor as Cyclops, I am, let's just say 70% on board with it now. I see it. I do see most of it. I do see him matching Sadie Sink's Jean Grey, but I do need to see him in action. I do need to see him as Cyclops. I need to see him in that, and I need to see what he's going to do with it. Like, I think I'm going to be just, I think he can sway me very easily if he does a good performance. Samara Weaving as Emma Frost, I'm 100% on board with it. I already talked about this in the previous episode. Like, she is the perfect Emma Frost, so we don't even need to talk about it. Now, Professor X, Professor Charles Xavier, Christopher Abbott was cast as Charles Xavier, and that's an interesting, different take on Xavier. He's definitely on the younger side. He's not an old Xavier. The actor himself is 40 years old. He's, of course, very famously married to Audrey Plaza, and I don't really know too much about it. I've seen him in some projects, but again, this is not like a massive star playing Xavier. I think what the common theme also here with these castings in general is that they really want to, as I said also in the previous episode, want to play this for the long term. Like, they want actors who can play the role for multiple movies to come. Like, they can grow with the characters and everything else. So I want to see how he looks in the role. I don't know much about him, so I don't feel any particular strong way about it, to be honest with you, about Xavier. Were there more interesting choices they could have gone for? Maybe. I'm sure they could have. But this is, I guess, a bit different. It sets it apart. I think, like, for example, if you think about what they did with, like, the younger versions of the previous Xavier in the live-action Fox movies, that was pretty much similar casting, similar, like, they were going for, like, a look that was already established. And I think here they clearly are trying to set it apart and going for a different vibe, which I'm sort of here for. Again, don't know much about the actor, but I do want to see what he does in a movie. So, and maybe this is going to be like a breath of fresh air, and we're going to get a great Professor Xavier. We'll see. I do feel like, I mean, as much as people are saying, like, they don't really care about some people, I guess, some X-Men fans, like, want the X-Men to be adults. I think I'm okay with this. I like the idea of, like, having younger X-Men, and this, like, sort of reminds me again of what happened with Peter Parker, how he was introduced in Captain America Civil War, and how we grew up basically with the Tom Holland character, and we saw him grow into the role, and then we got finally to the good. Well, even the previous movies were amazing. I think we were all sad for them anyways. I think it's good to see them grow like this. So I think this will be fun. Now, the other one that is a completely, unheard of person, I guess, or like very, very new, is Maya Boyd as Storm. She's, again, in the same age range as Kit Connor, Sadie Sink, and she's going to play a young Storm, which is quite interesting. She looks amazing. She looks incredible for the role. I see people online really excited about it, also because she's not known for much, to be honest. I don't think she's famous like the other people in this cast, and that's exciting because we do want new stars. We do want new faces in Hollywood. We cannot have all the same people playing the same roles all over again. And I think she has like she's from she has a theater background, and I don't know much about her, to be honest, and there's not much online about her either. But it's exciting. This is exciting stuff. This is like, a new face, and I mean, the other cast members are not massive stars either yet, at least, but this is like a complete new face, and so she adds on to this, like, also trend, I guess, in this casting of like putting people up there who are either known of but not like super famous, or fresher faces, which is very exciting. And I guess also we haven't had like a proper young like Storm that is already in the X-Men team. And in Days of the Future Past or whatever that was, like the young Storm was sort of like anti-hero at first, and then joined the X-Men. I don't know, that was a mess, but this bodes well. I'm excited about this. I can actually already feel that this is gonna be. This makes me excited. It's gonna be like sort of like a high teen or like college take on the X-Men, which is very, very fun, and I think it's very much in on trend, I guess, with whatever is popular right now on TV with like the younger audiences. So this is fun, and I mean the castings also prove that. I think they're going for the Gen Z and Gen X. I don't know, but like they're going for younger generations, which I think is a good choice, and I do think it's risky, of course, because you're potentially neglecting the older fans, but like you need new stuff. The it's like with the Spider-Man, we all generations already have, and we, myself included, we already had 2 iterations of Spider-Man, and we are attached to those movies, and if we want to watch those movies, we will. But and these X-Men have had also other chances, and will have other chances now in the Avengers Doomsday and Infinity War, Secret Wars, to like reprise their roles. So I think we've seen enough of them. I think we need a new take on it, and I think people can learn how to love these new takes on the characters as well. So let's see how it goes. And then of course the most controversial one was Indy Navratilova as Rogue. That was, first of all, a big shocker, because it seemed from that little interview that she did that she really wanted to play Mystique or whatever, and then she had a meeting with Jack Schreier, the director of this new movie. It seemed to me, and it seemed to everyone, that she didn't get the role, or like she was not shooting for anything as close to Rogue. But, and I mean, realistically, to me at least, like if you look at it from afar, she has nothing in common with Rogue. She's very different from Rogue, like looks wise, and it's a big bet on her, specifically because, like, I mean, yes, she was amazing. She was a breakout star from Obsession, and she made Hollywood history practically with that movie. But again, her resume is like small, and she's not been proven in any other roles before to like be able to do like anything like this, superhero related or like actiony or whatever. So it's a big swing. It's a big swing here, and I do again applaud Marvel for going for this in a way, because again it's risky, and also I can see why they would do it. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Like, she's generating so much engagement, whether in good terms or bad terms, but everyone and their mother is talking about this casting announcement, and this her specifically, and people are pretty divided, I guess, at the moment on whether she's a good cast or not, like is she a good fit for the role or not. And again, I guess we'll have to see, but I think it's a risky choice, and maybe it will pay off. I'm not against it, actually, to be honest with you. I'm not really against it. I'm just nervous about it, and I'm excited to see whether she can knock it out of the park or not. This is gonna unfortunately make it or break it for not the specific casting itself. I mean, the whole concept of going for a younger X-Men with, like, pretty much newer faces on the scene is gonna be a big bet. It's gonna be a big risk, and I'm excited to see how it turns out. I do feel like this could potentially now change our predictions for any sort of like box office performance. I think because there are so many newer faces, this is not going to be able to perform to the levels of like an Avengers movie or whatever it is. But also, I don't think it should. I don't think it should be already knocking those numbers down and like doing all that, because again, they're introducing a new team, and they're introducing a new set of actors and members, and it's just gonna be fun. I think it's just gonna be like we need. I hope people give it a chance. That's just my hope, my biggest hope here. India Never Ready is a rogue choice, rogue for real, pun intended, because again, she doesn't have a track record. You don't know yet if this was like fluke or not. Like what? Well, I mean, it's undeniable that in Obsession she was incredible, an incredible actress. She was really good in the role. But again, does she have the range? I guess like to just say like to play someone like Rogue. We don't know, and we shall see. I mean, this definitely at least put Rogue on the map a bit even more. I think is bringing a lot of attention to the movie anyways, and so in a way it's working, but again, risky, very risky. I think what's not risky instead, and what was a great choice to try and maybe balance it out, we'll see if it pays off, is to cast Adam Driver as Mister Sinister, as we were talking about last week as well. It was confirmed even in Disney. He wasn't there physically, but he sent a clip in, and I think on that side, this is very promising and this is very interesting, and to have a big name attached to a movie like this and to play the villain and to like have that being part of the movie, I think will bring even more, like will balance out like I think the unknown factor of the other actors, and that's good. I think that's a good silver lining. But again, will it be enough? Will it do it? I do see a lot of fans of Adam Driver already raving about this, and so that's exciting. And I do like the choice quite a lot. Him as Mister Sinister is incredible. My only hope as well for him is that he doesn't die in this movie. Like, he's going to be a recurring villain, and that would be so fun to see. That would be so cool to watch him in multiple movies. And yeah, my overall thought as well, and I keep on thinking about this constantly, is that these actors are all coming from different walks of Hollywood, I guess, let's just say, and for all of them to be so like the competition, I mean the rumors about the many casting rumors about like, you know, who's gonna play who, it means to me that all these actors who have had a chance to look at the script and everything else, including Adam Driver himself, they must be seeing in the script something incredible. And that's something that really keeps me, again, very excited about the movie, and overall kills every negative conversation that people are having about this casting or whatever. And again, don't get me wrong, people aren't being negative, but also there's a big chunk as well. It's a very even split. Some people are very negative about it, some people are very positive about it. So we'll have to see who shows up at the box at the movies or not. I think, again, what really excites me a lot is that because there were so many, you know, agents involved and so many people trying to get the roles and everything else, this to me only signals like a good script. I guess we're just gonna have to see if the actors are gonna be able to match the script, let's just say, and we'll see what happens. I'm very excited. I'm very excited overall. That like this is just definitely like something that you can look forward to, and you can, like, you know, expect to at least generate a lot of. I mean, it's already covering so much. I mean, apart from that, I mean, to even, I don't want to say kill the conversation about Avengers Doomsday, to like overshadow, I guess, Avengers Doomsday, even though that trailer is performing so well online and people are raving, like, you know, are really excited about the movie after this trailer as well, specifically. But I think no one really is talking to an extent that like people are talking about the X-Men. Like, X-Men is really overhauling the conversation here, and that's so interesting to me, so fun to see, and we'll see what happens. I did like Thunderbolts quite a bit. Again, I did like it quite a lot, and what I like the most actually about it is the dynamic in the team that was built out of thin air. So if anyone could do it, is Jack Schreier, in that sense of like building a team. The only thing that Jack Schreier needs to prove himself is if he can deliver a bigger scale of a movie, and if he can maybe also provide more action sequences. I think that's what we're really craving as well in these movies, and that's why partially I think also Spider-Man is doing super well. I mean, Spider-Man is doing well regardless, but I think Destiny on Crescent was very good at also giving us what we've been wanting, which is a lot of action sequences and a lot of fun action stuff. So we want that. that's what we want from the movies. That's what we want from the X-Men as well. And so, yeah, I guess we'll see. We'll see. The older X-Men fans are annoyed about this casting. They're not putting their faith in it. They're really critical about it, and I can understand why, especially if you're really into the comics and into the. Well, it really depends on what comics you're into, I think, as well, because there are different iterations of the X-Men, and I think that this definitely is like interpreting a bunch of different materials at the same time, but also I feel like it's bringing stuff from the animation and stuff from the other, takes on the characters. So this is like a new but still referential, I guess let's just say, casting choice. So we'll see. I think just, I understand being critical about it. I understand having so many doubts. I have them too. But let's just be positive. I think let's just be excited about this in a good way and see how the movie performs. I'm sure people will still check it out. Like, I think there's no doubt about that. The question will be repeated viewings and if the movie is actually good and if the characters are well cast and the actors play well in it. We shall see. Anyways, word to the sponsor and then songs of the week. Thank you for listening. This episode is sponsored by Yarok Plant-Based Beauty. If you're trying to be a little more thoughtful about what you're putting on your hair, Yarok is definitely worth checking out. They make plant-based vegan hair care using organic ingredients with everything from shampoos and conditioners to styling products designed to nourish your hair without relying necessarily on a bunch of harsh ingredients. Their formulas are free from things like sulfates, parabens, and alcohol, and instead they use vitamins, minerals, and essential oils to help keep your hair looking and feeling healthy. So if you like the idea of hair care that feels a bit more luxurious while still being rooted in clean, plant-based ingredients, this is a really nice way to upgrade your routine. And I've got an exclusive 15% off on any Yarok product for listeners of the show, and if you use my code overshare pamphlet at checkout, you can get that discount on any product. Just head to yarokhair.com and use my code again, overshare pamphlet, and you can get 15% off. And just so you know, I earn a commission when you use my code, so if you do decide to try Yarok, you're also helping to support the podcast. Now back to songs of the week. Right, we are so back with the songs of the week. You can find these songs that I'm going to talk about in a few moments in the playlist, the Overture Pamphlet Songs of the Week, August 2026. So you just find it on Spotify, and I have a playlist again for each month with all the songs from that month. Now, I have 4 songs for y'all, and I want to start off with a song that is actually not from this year. It's actually from 2025, I believe. And it's called Phoebe by Audrey Hobart. Now that came out with the album Who's the Clown, and I did listen to that when the album came out, but for some reason it was never on my rotation. And I think it's funny because, like, not to give credit to a man, but her brother talked about the song quite a lot and that it's his favorite and all that, and I don't know, something clicked. I revisited the song and just, I think the more the song progresses, that there's sort of like a crescendo in the song that gets, like, the song gets like a bit more earnest the more it goes on, and the production is just very, very cool, very indie, very, very cool. And I feel like, well, even though I'm not a fan of the cover that Malcolm Todd made like his her brother, but he made it like a punk or early 2000 punk version of it, and it does actually fit that genre. Like, if it was a different production of the song, it would definitely fit that genre so well. Anyways, apart from that, the lyrics are so relatable, and I think while part of it is, of course, about her becoming famous and having, men in suits asking her to move to New York and all that, like to pursue fame and all that, she immediately attaches all of her value to that, and she transferred that value to the dating, to her own dating scene. And so because she's not confident about her looks, she thinks that now that she's gonna be famous, she will be able to like at least attract some men. And when immediately at the beginning of the song she confesses that like one of the guys that she liked refused, stopped talking to her or whatever, she immediately, therefore, like because of this connection that she made herself, she immediately started thinking that then therefore she doesn't have value whatsoever, and she's not gonna be famous either. She's not gonna make it. Like she's not gonna be a good singer. She's not gonna be a good star. Let's just say. So yeah, I mean, it's generally like it's a song that is completely about how much value we put into like looks and appearances, and how sometimes self-esteem is easily affected by so many different factors, and sometimes you try and find confidence in other things, and you let them define who you are, period, and you shouldn't. And it is a very empowering song, because then in the every chorus is sort of reinforcing the fact that she doesn't care if she's pretty or not. Like she's found value in herself, and she's beautiful. She feels beautiful inside, and the lyrics are actually so cool and so funny, because she's like, because why else? Like, she's like, because she thinks her value is just in her fame. She thinks, like, why else would you want me? I've got a fucked up face, and I thought you used to haunt me. No, until I fell in its sweet embrace. I used to sweat the acne, but now it doesn't. It's a bitch, but it goes away. Who cares if I'm pretty? I feel like I'm Phoebe from Friends, and it's so fun. Like it's such a good relatable song, especially for people in their 20s and like they're dating and all that. So. Beautiful song, beautiful lyrics, 10 out of 10, and also it's such a good song to scream and shout to because it's that good. Next, Sophia Style. Now I've got a lot. I've got a lot. Damn, that was a hard one. This, for some reason, reminds me a little bit of Pure Heroin by Lorde in style and production. I don't know. Maybe like as you guys like can listen to it and see. But yeah, it's such a fun song, and the switch up in the production like midway through is just, it gets a little bit like hip hoppy. It's so fun. I just love it. So yeah, I definitely recommend listening to this one. It's sort of like a love song as well, but it's just like very suburban style. Like it's just very fun, and this like switch up it's very moody switch up, and then the switch up in the production, it just makes it extra fun. So I love it. Then I have Whatever You Wanna by Annabelle Dinda. I think the song is getting like slightly bigger and bigger, and it's starting to trend, I think, because I think Annabelle Dinda started opening for Noah Kahan's Great Divide Tour, so she started getting a lot of attention. But yes, this song is it. It's so cool. I guess it's so Noah Kahan as well in production, like very folky in some ways, but it's so catchy. It's so summery. It's so like lovey-dovey. I just love it. It's so good. And the chorus, the refrain is just so good, so cool, so catchy. So if you like some of that, like if you're a bit of a fan of that type of music, I think you might really enjoy this. It's so fun. Then, last but not least, we have Better Late Than Never. And this, I'm having a hard time like describing it. I think this one in my brain sounds like Slater song, specifically more from her Worst Girl in America productions. Like it's sort of like a little bit in between Brand New Chanel's and what was the other one? Beat Up Chanel's. Like it falls in between of that in the two. It has this like hazy feeling as well. So cool, so fun, and I don't know much about Almost Monday, the band, but hey, they're gagging. yeah, like in some interviews I've seen about the song, they say that like Better Late Than Never is tied to like regret more than timing. And Dawson RT, he said that basically the big mistake would be not trying at all, and he sees the song as a reminder to keep chasing the version of himself that he actually wants to become, basically. So, gag. Very, very cool song. It has this like very like impactful production that is just very, very fun. Yeah, love it. Anyways, listen to the songs if you want. You can find them again on the Spotify playlist. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Have a great week and see you soon.